Space. It's really big. These are the adventures of the Starship Ecuador. Its ongoing mission to monitor and maintain peacekeeping policies of all planetary members of the Federation. To provide excellent service. I thought we got rid of that. I thought we got rid of the UPS shit.
This was your edit.
Samson? Samson! Get the fuck in here. Yeah. What the fuck is this? I thought we got rid of the UPS line. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought we got rid of it. No, that was a mistake. I gave you the right. I don't want to hear your fucking excuses, Samson. Take it back. Give me a new one. I'll be in the cafe next door. And they better have my prune juice. I swear to God, they better have my fucking prune juice this time. Let me tell you something about this, okay? I'm not going to run. Fuck this shit. The cafe is the other way.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to AWD Loot's presentation of the Star Trek RPG miniseries as we follow our crew through space in the high-class, low-class space vessel, the USS Ecuador. Well, we're supposed to follow up after that.
That was not in my contract.
Yeah. This is why we're supposed to have rehearsals.
Oops. You could always say USS and we could all just say Ecuador.
Let's do that. The USS
Ecuador!
Oh, fuck. The audio is going to be garbage.
that was horrible audio, but you know what? That's perfect. That fits our
Can
theme.
we just throw ourselves away?
Quick intros. I am your game master, Kevin Carpenter, and joining me today are...
You realize no one is next to you.
It's
on my screen. It's pointing at you, Pablo.
Yeah, on my screen, it's pointing at you, dude.
Yeah, same.
Oh, we all the same?
It's not like Zoom.
No.
I thought it was like...
No.
I thought on everyone's screen it was like everyone.
Were you pointing
just
at me?
full
'Cause
screen?
you're pointing at Pablo.
Yeah, everything's
I did
pointing
not
at you.
know everyone's screen.
Wait, everybody shut up for a second. Jason, am I below you on your screen?
No, now that I go full screen, you're above. Bravo's right above you.
Okay, so that's what I thought. When he went like this, I'm like, you could be pointing at literally anybody.
I did not know that.
And all of us are like, he's pointing at you, Pablo.
I'll start to make this. And then I'm just going to go in the direction that I'm seeing. So I'm Jason. I'll be playing the medical advisor. Flark Porgnerg. Chris.
I'm Chris. I'm going to be playing Lieutenant Commander Rian Kai. Bex.
Hey, yeah, I'm Bex. I'm playing Jojo Star, the security intern.
Without saying my name, sure, whatever.
Sorry.
Hey, everybody, I'm Bravo. I'll be playing the, what the hell's my name again?
Oh, my God.
Master Chief Petty Science Officer.
You have the easiest name.
Okay, now you gotta say it again.
No. Pablo.
We couldn't hear it.
All right. I'm playing Chief Petty Officer of Science, Tiorta, the Vulcan. Anyway,
And I'm Pablo Mia. Now I gotta start over.
Pablo.
And I'm Pablo Mia, and I'll be playing your captain, Captain Bavorpor. A trill.
As you all can tell, we are a well-oiled machine. Thank you all for joining us today.
We were pretty well-oiled an hour ago.
Listen, technical difficulties. Anyway, speaking of thanks, I just want to give a thanks to Modifius Entertainment for sending us along the Star Trek RPG, including the Star Trek Core Rulebook. You can buy that online. The Star Trek Adventure Book here. Strange New Worlds. It's reflected on my screen. And my personal favorite, the Star Trek GM screen. Look at all those rules.
Book.
Truly great product placement here at AWD Loot. Thank you,
That'll really come in handy on.
Sponsor.
That's please sponsor.
The GM screen is so big it knocked off my headphones. That's why I'm going to blame.
Sure.
Anyway, so Today we'll actually be playing an adventure from the Strange New Worlds adventure book. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. But for now, let's start off like any good role-playing game with our heroes joined together, not in a tavern like other role-playing games, but on the bridge of a spaceship, going through the cosmos of space. Colorful, cloudy lines of nebulae in the distance, mixed with the endless sea of stars. And as we pan inside the dashboard of the USS Ecuador, we find our crew huddled together. Not huddled, they're in their own respective spaces, but you know what I mean. We've all seen the show.
Social distancing.
Social distancing.
Cowering in fear.
Yes.
Game over.
There are a few wall panels that are out, some exposed wiring. There's a faulty light in the back, just kind of flickering. So like there's kind of an J.J. Abrams lens flare that appears sometimes, and then it flickers and then comes back.
Yes.
It's not stylistic. That's just how it is on the bridge. And the camera turns, and we see our captain. Pablo, can you give us a formal introduction to your character?
Captain Babor Por is a joined Trill captain who has had I'm going to say as Babor, a 13-year tenure in Starfleet in command, obviously, has worked his way up to the rank of captain. He is a dashing, what we would imagine as a like 45-year-old man who's fit enough to look 30. And he's got slicked back black hair. His trill spots go from his temples, or all the way from his temples all the way down the sides of his body, down to his feet. He's very fit. He's got some dashing blue what did I say his eyes were?
They're like sea or ocean blue or something like that.
Bex remembers because she's been in love ever since she imagined it. Ever since I first gave the description, that's how sexy he is. Yes, he's got his dashing coral blue, like ocean blue eyes, and chiseled jawline, and that's it. That's him. That's Babor Por.
Very nice.
Yes.
We see our captain sitting in his chair, just kind of gazing off into space, thinking, what am I going to put in my captain's log? It's been a bit since anything interesting. As the camera pans over to the science station. Bravo, can you give us an introduction of your character?
So what you're seeing finagling at the science station with a clipboard and possibly a hammer trying to put out a fire is a very tall, about 6'2", 6'4" Vulcan. Now, the interesting thing about this Vulcan is that if you were to turn around and look at the camera, you would get a full view of Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, where his right side of his face is like scarred almost from like a chemical burn with like an eye with like perhaps maybe 5 or 3, I think I put 5 claw marks going down it. Very like Two-Face kind of feel. But on the other side is the slick, jagged, gorgeous of a man Vulcan with like very long pointed ears on the left side, but on the right side where most of the catastrophe has happened, it's like it's been ripped off, like chewed off, but he has a very discerning, like serious face. Like nothing phases this man. He's never smiled once in his life. But at the same time, if you look down, he's currently updating Windows 10 because he keeps asking for the update. And his name is Tiorta, or Torta for short.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm going with that.
Because that's
So
what's funny.
Tiorta is what
Explaining the
happens
joke.
when you try to narrow your eyebrows.
And I guess a little bit into his backstory, just real quick, is he was actually from a separate colony where Starfleet actually came to him for professional scientific advice concerning a very invasive species that he came across with. Hence, the face.
Alrighty. The camera pans to the side of this science station that is not only slightly on fire as Tiorta takes a fire extinguisher and takes it out. The camera pans and we see behind the captain's chair a young recruit standing there at attention, a strange blade at her side. Bex, can you introduce your character?
Yes. So Jojo Star is a young Andorian, so like a blue little like elf creature with the little like antenna things and the white hair, basically my style hair, but just white. And she's only like 5'3", so she's very small compared to everybody else on the ship. Little bit of the anger issues, you know. She rebelled against her people and talked her way onto this ship. But yeah, it's your typical, you know, coming of age story for our young Andorian. And she's you know, she's young, she's brutal, and she just wants to find her place in this world or this galaxy. So yeah, she's sharpening her blade and looking over at the fire that is not being put out by Clicker, or at least until he like did the thing. And once that's under control, then she just goes back to sharpening the blade.
I would love to see the Andorian young adult novel genre to see what the hell a typical coming of age story is.
I'd love to see an atypical coming of age story if this crew is a typical coming of age story.
Dear Lord,
we're playing the wrong adventure.
Dear Lord, today I killed my first person. It was a good day. Oh, forgot to sharpen my blade.
But just another day.
So the constant sound of a sharpening blade is just, it's like the background hum of an air conditioner on this bridge as the camera pans even further toward the front of the bridge where we see one person at the wheel. Chris, introduce your character.
Okay, so my character is a human called Rian Kai, Lieutenant Commander Rian Kai. Currently, right now, Rian Kai is very previously was demoted for an incident, so now he's just hell-bent on he was on track to being a commander, and now he's on this station, realizing the Ecuador is not like his previous station. So now he's just trying to handle things, looking at paper. The ship is moving at a present course, monitoring scanner. We're at a heading of 350 and just trying to be in the zone, you know, very by the book, very Starfleet, very just always intense.
He's smoldering.
So yeah, kind of that smoldering sense, and it's just, you know, busy with buttons and everything. Just kind of like, okay, we're good. Going through my papers. Okay, we good. And always maintaining that. All right, so no contacts. Looking at scanners are good. Moving over here and checking with engineering. Everything's fine. So making sure the ship is just on point.
So Rihanna is just dutifully checking all of these monitors, making sure all levels are normal.
Yeah,
and in the background, there's smoke, there's a blade.
Yeah, normally it'd be a good thing, but that's literally how to keep the ship together. So he's like, okay, I'm doing this, making sure. Okay, we got this going on, and it's just like, God, this ship.
Like it's one thing for you to have papers on the bridge of a spaceship, but for some reason I just immediately imagine those papers having sort of like the holes
it's
on
a
the
DDoS
sides,
printer.
like an old printer. Yeah.
It's fucking TPS reports.
That's what's on fire.
And as the camera moves from this helmsman just trying to do his job, we go to the last member of our bridge crew, a very interesting looking member. Jason, can you please introduce your character?
My character is a Tellarite named Flarg Porgner. He is about 5'5". Basically, he looks like Danny DeVito if he was a hairy pig man. And real quick, am I on the bridge with everybody, or am I in my medical office?
I would imagine you're on the bridge with everyone for the purpose of like this intro.
Got it.
You decide why you're on there. Bones always
Okay,
found a reason to be on the bridge in the show.
I'm on there right now with my little tablet, like looking at like what I could connect the human foot to. And as I'm like studying over, I was like, huh, interesting. And I like I'm wearing like a white medical robe, but I have like pockets for like utensils. Things are just kind of sticking out that don't make sense. Like I got like a syringe. I've got some like metal bars, like small metal bars. I have what looks like to be an octopus tentacle just kind of sticking there, and it's just like everything has a purpose.
And then like a fork somewhere in there.
And
No,
I'm just
definitely
I'm just like I'm just like breathing heavily, like just doing stuff like that.
He's on Fugle, like fighting
I'm like
out.
in the corner. Like, I'm not even bothering him. I'm just looking at. I'm in my own zone doing my work.
How to do introductory surgery on Fugle.
So it's like the brown me like, so you think you're a surgeon? I'm like, huh.
Beautiful.
Hey,
So-
somewhere on the ship, can there be like a running ticker tape for like stocks? Just for some flavor.
Wait, what?
That's also what's on fire as I'm just beating away at it.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you like fucking forging a sword over there?
Doink, doink, doink.
Yeah, we come back to the captain, who's standing there thinking as we see smoke in the background. We hear Jojo sharpening a blade. We hear Rianne pressing a bunch of buttons. We see Flard Portner doing whatever the hell he's doing. He's just like in Photoshop, like blending a foot onto a shoulder, just like. And for some reason, there's also a stock counter in the background, just telling you all the space stocks. The space Nasdaq has went down 2 points again.
The NASDAQ.
Yeah.
That's
The NASDAQ.
good.
Thank
Captain, as you're sitting there in all of this controlled chaos, just waiting for something to happen, Rianne, you see something pop up on the radar.
Okay. Skipper, I have a contact bearing, indication unknown.
Put it on screen and do not call me Skipper.
Okay. Aye, sir. All right, we have it on screen.
All right. You guys see on the on screen a strange asteroid structure. What you immediately notice is that it's shaped like a disc or like a very like fat frisbee. But it's not like a flattened asteroid. It's very like obviously man-made. You see that it's like flat with like two like domes that stretch on either side, and this thing is like, it's the size of an asteroid. This thing is huge. But as you all are heading near it, you see, it's it's pretty much like it's on your guys' way, but it's just this like strange structure. You guys are gonna have to get closer in order to like scan it and like get more information, but that's kind of just what you like immediately see, just this like weird structure in the middle of space.
Okay, Captain, should I bring the ship up to yellow alert?
What? Okay, you recently renamed all of and reorganized by color all of the alerts, and I'm still learning your new system, Lieutenant. What is yellow alert again?
Yellow alert is when we're not in battle stations, but we're kind of aware and ready to go to battle stations.
Right, stations ready. Okay, good. Glad I asked. Way to jump to conclusions. Do we have any life signs that we can detect on this asteroid? What am I looking at?
We're looking at an asteroid-like vessel approaching us, bearing 300. Looking like I don't know, sir. I'm not picking up anything on scanners other than
are there communications?
We're initiating communications now.
Try to open a channel.
Okay.
All right, Rianne,
Opening a channel.
you open the channel. there is that that like Skype like do do do. You're just kind of like waiting there uncomfortably long for this like ringtone to go, just like, is the connection? Are we good? And then all of a sudden, you see a beautiful alien woman. Humanoid. Humanoid in appearance, but with dark blue skin, a much darker blue than yours, Jojo.
Yeah, no.
Like subtly scaled in like on their balding forehead and like their shoulders. They're dressed up in this like almost like toga like outfit, but with like patches of color throughout. And you also see that they have like a flat like duck bill over their face.
Never mind, Porgnor, you can have this one.
And I look up from my tail. Like,
and you see this person come up and go, "Greetings, travelers from the United Federation of Planets. I am Vishwarasha, and I welcome you to this haven, which you may call Thelema. I request that you do not try to scan our interiors, for though all are welcome here, we take the privacy of our guests most seriously. But if you wish to know more of the services we offer, please send a delegation in person, so that way we may arrange proper access for your crew. You may dock your vessel or land a shuttle at Port 37.
What was your name again? I'm sorry, I was staring at your duck. Your fin. I mean, your. I was. What was?
And I'm in the control. I'm just like this, like, oh my god.
What I mean is, I was captivated by the alluring presence of your visage. I am Captain Babor 4 of the Starship Ecuador.
Could you please give me a presence command check to save that first impression?
Okay, so this is the first roll. So I'm using my attribute presence and my discipline command, putting together those two scores. That's 5 and 12. That's 17. So I have to roll under a 17?
Yes.
And it's 2d20s? Okay.
Yes, for those who are unfamiliar with the game, whenever players make a roll, they add two stats together, and that's the number that they have to roll under. They roll 2d20s, which is these kind of dice right here, and if they roll equal to or under, that's a success.
And the 6 attributes that we have, of course, are control, fitness, presence, daring, insight, and reason. And I'm also going to couple them with disciplines, which are the different departments of a starship, which are command, security, science, con. Is that like, what is con again?
Con!
Not that con.
Not that con.
Con's what?
Con is Rianne's whole deal. It's driving, but also like Starfleet protocol.
Okay, cool. Con, engineering, and medicine. But this time it's going to be command and presence. And presence. But despite that first impression, I have a 12, and it's what I'm best at.
Go for
I
it.
really got to get into character. Okay. So rolling 2d20s. Shoot. That's 27.
You're not adding the two together. It's individual rolls.
It's 20 and 7.
Awesome. So actually, no, that's not awesome. Did you roll the natural 20?
No.
I did roll a nat 20.
That is
Nat 20
critical
is failure in this
Oh.
game.
We're
That's
at
all
war.
that takes.
Right. It's not a
We're at
crit.
war with a flying saucer. Oh my god.
Yeah. So 20s are bad, 1s are good in this game.
Try figuring that out.
Got to shake the D&D off.
Yeah.
So
what
that's a
happens?
complication. Yeah, Visharasa looks over at you, Captain, and goes, and then just kind of like looks down at Rianne and goes, "I'm assuming you are the helms of this ship."
Yes, I am. You're speaking to Lieutenant Commander Rian Kai.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
If you wish to come to our station and learn what services we provide, as I said, you can bring down a landing party delegation and we can give you the tour.
We would be happy to receive your welcoming nature and initiate first contact protocol.
Beautiful, very formal.
Yes, I taught him everything he knows about diplomacy and speaking to lovely hostesses of...
Bleep bloop. Call has ended.
Call's ended.
Captain, I put out the fire and Windows 10 has finished updating.
That's okay. Por favor, started another one.
Por favor, please,
Yeah,
please don't start another fire.
It's Vavorpor. Stop calling me by my passport name.
Captain, would you like me to scan the vessel?
No, I think we should respect her wishes to not scan the vessel. I just
Well,
about to
Captain,
practice.
it appears after your first initial contact, you didn't really respect her wishes.
No, that's exactly. Okay, I'm the captain here, and when I say we're going to do something or not do something, we're going to do something or not do that thing. Okay, and I already slipped up on my silver tongue. And so we're going to respect the rest of her wishes because I did not respect her the way that I should have before.
Captain, if your
Okay.
silver tongue has slipped, you might want to check in with the doctor. He might help you with that.
I will literally never go to Flarg for a flu shot.
I got something for that.
Captain, do you want me to take the ship off yellow alert?
Prepare. Yes, we never. You went into yellow alert. I said we didn't have to go into yellow alert. I never ordered going to yellow alert.
Okay, and we're going off to yellow alert. And
No, we're not going into yellow alert. Prepare to dock.
I turned it off.
We cut back to the hallways. There's just bright, flashing yellow lights. There's like crew members running everywhere. There's like a siren, like, oh god, yellow alert!
And I'm like, okay,
Jojo's
now-
dancing to the lights.
And I'm like, all right, now hear this, cancel yellow alert, repeat, cancel yellow alert. Boop. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the yellow lights stop. All the crew members are like, are we good? Are we fine? We cut to engineering where the red shirt Mikey McMasterson is just like, he hasn't moved the entire time. He's just like, same shit, different day. All right.
He's like, he's fixing something.
And then
Yeah, he's just-
I feel like
Every
suddenly,
week.
I feel like suddenly in the background when he's saying that, another fire just burst out randomly.
God damn it. He puts away some like cryogenically frozen alien fetuses from your guys' last mission and goes over to the fire. Yeah, we cut back to the bridge. So yeah, you guys can head off immediately to the space station, designating a landing party. You guys can do whatever else you want to do before this.
Okay.
It's your guys' ship.
Just really
Go-
quick.
What is the JoJo?
stops- the JoJo. What did the JoJo? Okay, so JoJo stops sharpening her blade, goes over to the captain, and points out. So I don't know if you noticed, but I think like that other blue chick has a crush on Rian. Do you think we should like do something about that, or?
And then I interrupt to say, well, actually, according to fleet protocol, there is an interspecies mandate that has to be approved. But I mean, we're not going there. But there's actually a protocol for that. So
I mean, it sounds a little racist, but okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Jojo. You mean space racist? And he just like slits back.
It's a little spacist, okay?
It's a little bit spacist. We're not going to start delving into the intricacies of the systemic racism of the Federation. I mean, in terms of like the funding of this ship and its crew.
And then like a panel just falls down.
But we're just not going to do that today. I agree. An astute observation, security intern, Jojo Star.
Yes.
We will, and if my training has taught me anything and my education, it is that any personal advantageous foothold we can take, we should take, and we will. I will be taking your observation under advisement as we move forward in meeting Kevin. What was her name?
Vicious. I don't.
Visha.
Visharasa.
Visharasa. That's Visharasa. The lady Visharasa. The lady duck-billed Visharasa. I can't.
Yes.
What? Who should I ask about this? Lieutenant Kai.
Yes, sir.
In all of my travels and my multiple lifetimes with my past 5 hosts, I have not come across these alluring visage of this life form. What was the race of Visharas, Lady Visharasa?
I'm looking up in the database. Nothing's coming up at the moment.
Actually, you can make a roll for that.
He sure
Okay.
can.
It's Star Trek. You can look up science.
Okay. Oh, that's not my best point.
Okay, so that's going to be a, let's see here. That's going to be a reason science here.
Okay, could I defer to Torta for that since it's his
I was just
department,
about to say,
technically?
Captain,
Yeah,
I feel it'd be
Captain.
ill-advised to call the driver to do a science research.
Dorta, you're done barbecuing my bridge back there? That's great. Yeah, why don't you do that? An official order. There you go.
You're not the one who signs my checks.
I literally.
and he goes over and he's like, goes over to the computer, starts it up, and goes, Fugo.com.
Or Bing.
That's the name of our. Do we have like
Federation. It's
we-
Federation Google. It's Fugle.
Yeah. Do we, Kevin? Do we have like an AI kind of interface, or is it like we have to connect to the space internet?
You have a there's kind of like a space internet that connects to like the United Federation's like database and all that.
Hosted by Spectrum.
Is it that one?
God.
All right, activating, going to fugle.faol. There we go.
Combining all of them.
Just making a lot of 90s reference, everybody. Blue person duck build. Question mark?
Oh my god. Can you just roll? Can you just roll?
Hey,
Do the
Pablo,
roll, man.
this is an interactive role-playing game. Let me role-play.
I just want
I
to
like
get
how
on
you
the
put
damn.
a question mark. Like, that's going to help the search.
So, Kevin, what do I roll?
That is reason and science.
All right, reason and science. So... Oh, and since I know a little bit about xenobiology, do I add that anything? Since that's a focus that I have?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So what do I add? Is that like another D20? So to kind of explain what I'm doing here is whenever we're rolling in specific focuses that we're actually professional in, like for me, for example, is cybernetics, genetics, xenobiology, survivalist, and improvisation. Kevin's about to tell us right now exactly if we add an extra D20 to our roll, since that's a focus that we actually are good at.
Jason, what are you doing?
It's fucking having fun. I'm sitting back here. I haven't gotten to use the fucking tentacles I have in my pocket.
Oh.
Okay, so since I have a focus in xenobiology, Kevin, do I add an extra D20 or what's the rule on that?
You don't add an extra D20. It's if you roll equal to or below your discipline, then it counts as 2 successes.
Okay, and how many
So,
successes
yeah.
do I need for this?
This is going to be a difficulty 1.
Got it, okay. That told me nothing. Here we go.
You just need 1 success. Every success over that is momentum. That goes to your guys' momentum pool. You can use it to
Let's
ask
keep track
another
of that.
question, all that.
Yeah. All right, got it.
So
So here we
be
go.
sure to
So
track
my reason is 11, and I have science of 5, so 16 and lower. So I got a natural 1.
Oh, that's 2 successes right there.
Yes, and and do I add an extra success because of my focus?
I'd have to look that up again, so we're just going to say yes.
Alrighty then, 3 successes already in the pool. And my other roll, I rolled an 11, so another success.
Fantastic.
So how much momentum do we get?
So
You guys get 3 momentum.
since I used the 1.
Yeah, because you just need the 1. That being said, you guys can pool the momentum right now. You can use the momentum to ask more questions, get more information. All up to you.
If you want, I'll keep track of the pool, guys.
Well, I'm doing it too on a Word doc, so
Okay,
then I
cool.
can just kind of look back.
I will decide if I need that momentum on because when I meet. Oh, God, Fajada, what's her name?
Visharasa.
Oh, fajita, please.
Visharata, okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, Pablo, the first step to diplomacy is remembering their name.
I almost fell back in my seat.
This sounds like a fucking Italian dish.
Fishara.
Yeah, when I meet Rosada, Visharasa, I'm going to be using horchata. When I meet Arepa, I'm gonna use my peacekeeping.
Captain.
But I'll decide if I need the momentum. Yeah, what did you find out? What did you find out?
Fugel is coming up with the result. I'm clicking. I'm feeling lucky today.
Okay, so for just the one success, you find out that this is a race called Thalemans. They're kind of an obscure race on the fringes. The United Federation has just like kind of found out about them. They have a thing of naming their structures Thelema. So it kind of gets confusing. But yeah, these guys are basically pseudo-religious anarchists that are a very hospitable race.
What were they called again?
Thalemans.
It's a book in the Bible.
Captain.
You went there with that joke.
Okay, sorry.
Chapter 5, verse 2.
Captain, it seems that the Fugel search has come back in a very interesting manner. They seem to be a very obscure race that the Federation has recently come in contact with. It seems they're very religious. Possibly. They seem to be a very religious but hospitable race. But if I know anything about hospitable, is that you don't trust it. I say we scan the ship before we enter.
Yeah, I second that.
Because fuck
Can I go?
And if I know anything about religion, Mr. Tiorta, and I do, it's that you respect it. We will not scan the ship. Prepare to dock, Lieutenant.
Roger that. Bringing the ship around. Okay.
So real quick, if you want, you guys can spend one of your momentum to ask about more of their beliefs. If you guys don't care, we can just cut straight.
No, I'm gonna use one of my religion focus. I'm gonna use my religion focus, which I love that line came after I gave Bex props for making a religiously insensitive joke. But I'm just gonna acknowledge that. Okay. Yeah. Can I use my religion focus and my momentum to?
We'll just bank off Tiorta's previous role. So if you just spend a momentum, I'll just ask your question.
Okay.
So I just ask a specific question about it.
Yeah, just ask a question.
I would
What's
like.
the deal?
Well, yeah, I guess I want to know. I mean, he already gave me information that they're very religious. He didn't tell me anything about their religion. What I'm looking for is, especially if they're new to the Federation. I'm trying to figure out the question. I want to know something about their religion that I could use to enter as a sign to enter as a sign of respect. Like, for example,
their customs.
Why do we not offend?
Yeah, I want to know some. There you go. I want to know some kind of religious custom that I can offer upon entering that will help me rectify my bad introduction. Like some kind of genuflection, some kind of offering, something that we can get in the replicator.
Can we offer Rian?
Yeah, I want to know if there's a religious custom of sex that we can
get into that, okay?
Yeah. So
I was thinking sacrifice, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you look more.
Here we go.
Yeah, no.
You look more into their philosophy. It's not really like religious in that they have like a pantheon or like a large deity that they subscribe to. It's more like pseudo religious in that they all are very devoted to a philosophy. It's very similar to the philosophy of Earth philosopher Aleister Crowley. It basically translates to do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. And basically that the highest moral law is allowing all people to pursue their own calling and desire free of restrictions, as long as it doesn't like impede on the the freedom of other people. So pretty much the best thing you can do is just kind of live free and try not to put all your rules over everyone, man. Be open-minded, and that's pretty much going to be the best thing going forward.
Captain, Fugel is saying they're a bunch of space hippies.
Captain, permission to board with you.
Hippie is gross.
Why, Doctor? I have no need for a doctor on this excursion yet. Why do you want to come?
We do not have any kind of medical information on them. I could really use it for my research.
I second that, Captain. It would be very nice to see if Doctor could actually pick up some specimens.
Yeet. Got what, like a bar?
Not to mention, I can always supply myself with whatever kind of medical advanced technology they have.
I mean, we'll probably get injured at some point, so I mean, there's some medical information there.
I agree with the short one.
Captain, I am on approach, ready to initiate docking procedure, going down to impulse thrusters, and bringing her in.
Okay. Very good, Lieutenant. Security intern Zozo, I want you to go to the mess hall and replicate some flowers for our new friends. Dr. Borgner, like some peace and love.
But out of food?
It's a replicator. You can make anything from the replic. It replicates. You give it the specifications in it. I mean, it's in the mess hall because you usually use it to replicate food. I've been watching DS9.
Okay.
But if you give it certain specifications, it'll materialize whatever you need, that can fit in there. So I'm looking
now, mind
for
you, are you telling this in your accent, or are you just did you just switch to this is intelligence mode?
No, I was just telling Bex out of character.
Mm-hmm. It'd be funny if they told it in character.
I'm just going to say that it is in character.
I just know Bex would know this. I mean, yes. Zozo would know this.
Yes.
So,
okay. And we're docked. Captain, will ship
moving forward.
Go get those flowers, Dr. Portner. You can come, but no talking unless I tell you can talk. Okay?
Can't cross that.
No, you can. That's an order. But
what if I have relatively useful information and you tell me not to talk? Then what?
Then you tell it to me first. You whisper it in my ear, and then I will say,
you would have to bend down to be too obvious.
Tug on my sleeve. I will come.
Doctor,
bend down.
Doctor, I believe it is justifiable for you to come aboard. I believe the captain perhaps is a little bit flustered from his previous, how should I say, fuck up with our new people. So, Captain, I do believe that you may want to restrict the Doctor, but he is what he does, a doctor. So please, leave him alone.
Well, you know what they say about opinions. But okay, so you can come, Dr. Porter, but again, leave the talking to me.
You got it.
Alrighty. He whispers over to Dr. Porter, goes down, and he's like, don't worry, he's going to fuck up sooner or later.
Diorta, stay on the ship. That's it.
You don't tell me what to do, Doctor.
I literally do.
According to the document that Starfleet asked me to, I was brought in as a professional advisor.
You don't tell me a science officer.
Yes, I advised Starfleet.
The bridge doors open and Red walks in and goes, "Hey, so we're docked. We're waiting on the landing party. We're kind of just sitting here, and it's a little awkward. Who's all going out of the ship? No, sorry. Permission to speak, Captain."
No one respects the captain here.
Yeah, why is no one nice to me? I'm literally look at my focuses. I'm the best leader. Why is that?
And you got stuck with us.
Oh my god.
With the teamwork squabbles echoing through the ship, Rian, you have driven the ship onto the side of this discus shuttle, holding it flat like this. If you tilt it on its edge, you're right here, right between the two domes on the discus. You dock into this this spaceport.
Okay.
The spaceport itself is very clinical, sleek, smooth steel with some plush waiting couches here and there, next to large pillars. And as you dock, you see that there are tons of other ships, Rian, and a strange assortment of them. There are Federation ships, there are cargo ships, there are civilian craft. You even clock there's a Romulan ship way over there. There's two Klingon ships over there. It is weird for all these different ships to be here.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually our landing party leaves the ship. We have Captain and Torta still bickering. Basically, the captain being stay on the ship, and Torta being no, stay on the ship. No.
You're not my dad.
Real quick, do you bring... I'm assuming the party is the landing party. Do you bring anyone else?
We have to bring Joey McMasterson.
Mikey.
Yeah, him.
This is why we don't respect you, sir.
You get our names right.
That's definitely becoming a bit.
So right before you guys go onto the space dock, everyone else comes down the ramp, and then Captain, right as you're about to go down, Mikey kind of comes up and grabs your sleeve and goes, sir, permission to speak freely?
Go ahead.
The last time I was brought in on the landing party, and mind you, I work in engineering, but the last time I was brought into the landing party, I was shot at by a robot while carrying multiple heavy jugs of cryogenically frozen alien eggs. Do I need to be on this one?
That was your own dang fault, Mikey. It's your own dang fault.
Jojo.
That's a long pause, and we're just yes.
Nick Masterson, sir.
I want that to be the moment. And she makes the exact face that she. And we all stand there for a moment before I go. Joey. Mikey. I respect what you're trying to say.
Permission to speak freely, sir.
Captain. See, you got to settle the case of the giggles.
Yeah, so you guys are on the side of this discus, and as you kind of exit your spacecraft, there's kind of a wobbly feeling as the gravity is just kind of weird being on the edge of this very weirdly formed asteroid. You guys are still walking around, but as you're walking, there's kind of a vertigo effect every now and then as you guys are adjusting, kind of like getting your sea legs almost. Right. So Mikey turns to you, Captain, and goes, if you need me on the landing party, I will be with you. I will be in the middle, because it's kind of like haunted house logic, sir. If you're in the back, that's kind of where they target. Then again, if you're also in the front, that they also target that. So I'm going to try to be in the middle, sir, of kind of our formation, just in case there's anything that might kill me. He waves for a red shirt, by the way, while I'm wearing a blue shirt.
Yeah. What I was trying to say before I just lost it, who said to him was, Mikey, I respect what you're trying to say, and I hear you loud and clear. Know that I hear you. Know that I understand your needs, your wants, and your ambitions. Okay?
Permission to speak freely, sir?
You can say okay, or you can say nothing. You understand that I understand you. You understand that I hear your concerns. Yes?
I'm gonna say Jojo's right next to Captain. She's just
Yeah. Yeah.
Mikey
What?
turns to Jojo and goes, "He gave me two options." And then
I
he
go-
just kind of
It's
Wait, no, before you do, I go up to Mike. I'm like, take this, and it's a placebo, but it looks like a rock.
Tells him it's a placebo.
It's a rock.
yeah.
It's like a rock shape. You're gonna need this, and I just kind of give it to him, and I just walk away.
What I'm trying to do is tell him I understand what you're saying and I appreciate your thirst for adventure. Let's go. Because he's trying
we
to get
got
out of
that.
it.
Alrighty, fearless leader. And you guys,
I
walk
grab him by the back of the neck like a Hispanic father in a theme park with their child, and I drag him forward.
With that death grip. With that just death grip.
It's that
Wait,
death grip.
just to be clear, we're all going, right? All of us.
Yeah, Dortha was not supposed to, but he's here and he's in the back.
Okay. At that point, I get on my communicator and I'm like, all right, well, engineering has the con.
Okay, so Mikey turns to you and goes, "Oh shit, I was probably supposed to set someone up in engineering," and your voice just kind of echoes through the engineering room with no one in
Oh
there.
God.
Wait. Didn't in the session 0 we didn't he have like a little sidekick?
He's dead.
He didn't die.
Or was it like the computer talking back to him?
Yeah, someone's not at their post. Anyway,
Okay,
so,
got it.
All right, does Jojo
Captain.
have the flowers?
Captain.
Yes.
Go.
Great.
And I
Did
hid
you-
a knife in them.
No,
just-
Jojo.
Just
Well, no, do you know? Does the captain know?
for safety. For safety. No, I'm just holding it like a little.
Also, yeah, the captain don't know.
I'm
Captain.
sure I don't know.
Do you think we should gear ourselves?
He will. He will.
Oh, okay. Captain, do you believe we should gear ourselves for combat in case this ship becomes hostile in any way?
Always carry your phaser in uncharted territory, officer. You know this.
I see. Quick question.
tricorder.
Out of game, Kevin. The tricoder and the communicator, those like translate, languages automatically, or the communicator, or what does that do?
yes, the communicator translates languages. The tricoder is great for scanning for information and like accessing the database. And your phaser is a phaser. Have fun with it.
I see.
Okay.
It has stun and kill.
Interesting.
It would be wise if we didn't take out the tricorder to make them nervous, since they were already jittery about scanning their ship.
Good point, Lieutenant. Keep all the tricorders in Dr. Portner's satchel.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
I do not. I subtly make it look like I try to give it to him, but I don't give my tricorder away.
Okay, are you hiding the tricorder? Are you going to give
Do I
it
have
out the
I have
side
to
in your
roll
pocket?
to like
Yeah,
subtly?
you're gonna have to roll for that.
Okay, so what do I roll?
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna say that's gonna be a. Stealth is not very obvious in this one. Okay, I'm gonna say we're gonna go with daring con.
Daring and con. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God, because my daring and con combine is 9, and I rolled a 3,
Fantastic.
Okay. And that's it. I mean, do I have to roll again, right?
Yeah, roll again. It's 2d20s.
And so
Just in case you get a complication.
Thank God, that's a 5.
Cool. Alrighty.
So we have-
anyone can compete against 2 successes if they want. Otherwise, you just kind of palm your tricoder, put it in your pocket, and away you guys go.
All right, so we have
you-
3 momentum now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys head through this large docking area surrounded by all these different ships. There's like little robot drones that like fly over, and they'll occasionally like fly over a ship and then kind of like emit this mist that like disinfects it and washes it a bit. There's like one drone that like comes out with a little windshield wiper and just like all the windows of the different ships. And eventually, as you guys make your way through this spaceport, you come across these like double doors that are like steel, but like gilded with like gold and all these different colors. Kind of gives it this like stained glass effect as they open up with this like blast of cold air conditioned air. And a male Theleman, same blue scaly skin and duck-billed face, wearing the same kind of like robes, but slightly less nice than Visharasa's, comes up and greets you and goes, "Hello, I have been brought to guide you to Visharasa." please come with me.
How do you
And
spell
he-
Visharasa?
I guess we-
Vishorasa.
Flark has like a little syringe ready to grab some fucking blood samples.
Yeah, he turns to you and goes, I do not consent to you drawing blood, by the way. My blood, anyway.
Doctor.
Oh, but anyone else's?
If other people consent to having their blood drawn on Thelema, then feel free. If you are wanting to draw blood in a more confrontational way, we also have those services. But I shall leave that to Visharasa to give you the full presentation. Oh, so rude. I have not introduced myself. I am Hamisor, and I am Visharasa's second in command. And if you all have any questions, please feel free to ask me. He leads you all into this room, and it's kind of like it's like a medium-sized room with like the doors that you just came in closing behind you, and you see that there's like a large like television screen in front of you, currently off, and there's these two doors on either side. There's one on the right, one on the left. He turns to you all and goes, do not try to get lost, as this is a very important room. And then the screen turns on and it says light side. Light face. And there is an arrow pointing to the left. The doors open and you guys see a futuristic rail with a sleek, like smooth tram that is just docked there. Hamisor turns to you and goes, come with me, and walks into the tram.
Wow, they got a crazy budget out here. Shoot.
Yeah, it's nicer than our own ship.
I don't know how long we're walking. I don't know how long we're walking here, Mr. Hamisor, but if you could please enlighten me with some very mild, shallow information. What exactly is this place?
I think Hammerstore is a chick. I think Hammerstore.
No,
is
Hamisor's a
chick.
dude.
Hamisor's the dude.
Yeah, Hamisor's a dude. Visharasa's a chick.
That's embarrassing. Okay.
I go up to them. We'll go over this later. It's really confusing.
Well,
Okay.
as I said, Visharasa can give you the full presentation, but the broad strokes is that Thelema is a hospitality structure in space. We give hospitality and hospitality services to all races who follow our laws, which are very few. Simply go about your desires without infringing on the freedoms of others, and feel free to take part in any of our services. We give them away for free, although we do encourage donations from the civilizations that use our services, and it is through those donations that we are able to keep the structure intact.
So you're like a space hotel?
Yes, very much so.
Seems you would put this spa in space, as it were.
Yeah, well, everything's in space. And he walks into the tram.
And after that happens, I kind of nudge at the captain, and and it's like it feels weird because it's so surreal. But it was mentioned earlier when I looked at the ships outside. I saw another Federation vessel, and I'm a little sketched because I'm thinking, why is the USS Hungary all the way here too? And it didn't make sense. It doesn't add up why there would be another Federation fleet in the same sector as ours without us knowing. And all these other ships. So I am not comfortable, and I'm kind of looking at the captain like, it's like I want to speak candidly, but I can't. But I'm trying to like let him know like, I'm not liking this. Like, okay,
Captain. It
Yes,
seems,
Yorta.
It seems that did you whisper this to him, Rian?
no, I'm about to.
Oh.
I'm just thinking like, yeah.
He's
Okay, well-
contemplating what to say.
Oh, okay. So, it sounded like you told him already. Say, Captain.
I
No, I
mean,
wanna-
you can candidly tell me you don't feel great about this situation.
Okay.
And we can just say you told me that.
Okay.
Because I was just gonna say, duly noted.
Captain,
Like I am taking it under advisement. Yes, Diorta.
as we were docking into the day, I spotted along with Rian, aside from the Federation ships, there were ships from what the Federation would consider enemies docked here as well. Something isn't feeling right with me that they are so hospitable in a place where so many different species and possible conflicts are existing and nothing bad has befallen this place.
I have made similar assessments since we walked through the door, Diorta. Be rest assured. Rest assured. We will get to the bottom of this. Perhaps it is some sort of neutral zone that Visharasa will be able to illuminate for us more clearly.
I see.
For now, keep your phasers close and ready, and do not try to act unnecessarily hostile. Understood? Both of you.
Aye, sir.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, they got dogs too.
Hamisor, lead the way.
Yeah, the dogs are part of the ambience. I'm adding that into post production. That's not going outside my window
That's
right
some
now
great
as we
white
speak.
noise.
I'm
We're
gonna
past-
say Jojo just like has the knife bouquet a little closer. Just a little closer.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, no one knows.
And-
No one knows.
And before I forget, for your already very polite greeting, Hamisor, please. And I take one of the flowers and I hand it to. I'm assuming I don't notice anything.
He draws blood as he's picking the flower.
I'm not-
Quite the sharp
there-
flower.
I'm not looking for anything, so I don't feel like I need a roll.
You take a flower and there's like a kind of a prick, and you're just like thorns. And you take a flower. Joe, you watch as he doesn't notice, and he hands the flower over to Hamisor.
You're sweating.
By the way, I do have to ask. So, Jojo, your character does come with like the ceremonial Andorian blade. Is that the blade that you have in the bouquet, or do you just have like a regular knife in there?
I was actually thinking, is it possible for me to like break off the little blade? Like, is it like a little connector thing?
The blade you have like wraps around your fist. Like that's the kind of blade it is.
Then okay, so it's just me with my like. Okay.
I mean, usually I'd imagine you wear it at your side. I imagine you don't have it on hand the whole time, but do tell me if you're just casually walking around with a knife.
I'm
in your
looking
hand
at
all day.
Yes.
I'm looking at Jojo sweating, and I just kind of get my little scanner to take her temperature. Like, is she all right?
I'm just like, get off me, man.
Clark.
Just
You guys walk into the tram. It's incredibly sleek. As the doors close shut behind you. What?
how did Hamisor react to the flower?
Oh, Hamisor took the flower and he was like, "Thank you. This pleases me greatly."
And then he ate it.
Yeah, he opens up his duck bill and
That's okay. They are edible flowers. That's okay.
it's an edible bouquet. Just a bunch of fruits.
Just don't give the whole bouquet.
Anyway, so you guys get into the tram, and the tram ding, ding, starts off incredibly smooth ride down this like metal tunnel with various lights, and then Hamisor sits down and turns to you all and goes, "You may want to look out the window for this next part." And then all of a sudden, the tram shoots out from a tunnel, and you guys are out on this elevated rail track, and you see the light face of this structure stretching out just in all directions. You see a large like green and blue environment with a stunningly bright blue sky above you all, the whole environment is set up in these like tiered like terraces as your tram just kind of like follows the curve of this discus shaped structure, each terrace being like a new level. And as the tram is going along this track, you start to notice like little details in each of the terraces. You see like these like large like hotel like buildings. You see like miles of like tennis courts and soccer courts and courts for sports you haven't even like heard of, like pickleball. Pickleball's
Oh,
weird.
they're like rich. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys see like these Olympic-sized pools, but also like these like natural lakes that are like surrounded by like natural mountains, and you see that there's like a lot of different like holographic like environmental effects going on. Like as the tram passes this lake, there's this like bright shining light like a sunrise over the mountaintops, which is weird because you look out the other window and you see there's another sun over there and another sun over there, and there's basically like all these different suns set up in strategic places, so that way like there's always like, oh hey, that's a really nice sunrise. And as this just all these different like places, you also see that there's these like these cave systems like built into the mountains, and you just see like dozens of people like streaming in and out of them. And Hamasaur turns to you all and goes, as you can see, we offer many different services here for hospitality on Thelema. You can avail yourself of any of our amenities here. Our top-of-the-line facilities, as you can see from the caves you see in these mountains, hold all kinds of different spas and masseuses and go-kart tracks. And eventually the tram reaches the...
I do have to ask a question. I'm
Yes.
sure they have both, but does he mean masseuses or massage therapists?
Both.
Okay, just need to make that distinction.
Hamasaur turns to you and goes, we have masseuses of various races as well, if you're wishing for more how you would say humanoid hands, if I can use that terminology around you all. We also have those with tentacles and suckers, if you appreciate that kind of massage more. We do have some avian-like species masseuses as well, if you're going for the more of the like claws through your skin kind of thing. Those are normally reserved for races like mine with harder exteriors. No offense. But if you want to try something new, that's what Thelema's all about, baby.
Man, I was so like, never mind. Until he said baby, I was like totally on board with this guy.
he turns to you and is like, it's okay that the way I speak is not your jam, Daddy-O, but that's my piece, and
No,
you follow
no.
your own piece.
Yep.
No.
Yep. This is characterization.
Yeah.
Eventually, the tram slows down as it reaches the center of the
Real
light
quick,
faces.
Just want to ask something, but it's about what you said. The people
Yes.
that are around us, because I have a question I wanted to ask you, but I don't know if I have to roll it.
Depends on the question.
What kind of people are around us? Is it the race of people that we're seeing right now, or is it everybody that we saw that like the ships were docked? Are we seeing all those
Ooh.
people too?
Are there Andorians?
Yeah, for that specific question, you see all different kinds of races.
Okay.
And like a lot of races that you guys haven't like seen yet. I mean, this is Star Trek, so a lot of the alien races
Right.
just look like humans, but with like different colored skin or like weird eyebrows.
So we're seeing humans and Klingons and just different races of all kinds just walking around.
Give me a
That's what I was asking. That's what I was.
give me an insight security check.
Okay, so insight is 9 and security is 2. Full. So what is that? I have to combine them to make it
Yeah, you have to roll an 11 or under.
11. Okay, here we go. A 1 and an 18.
A 1, fantastic. That's 2 successes. The 18's 1 failure, but the 2 successes make up for it.
So does that
Um,
mean I get 1 momentum?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a difficulty 1, so you get 1 momentum as well. So you can ask another question if you want, or keep the momentum for later. But anyway, so to answer your previous question,
Mhm.
there's humans, there's Andorians, there's alien species that you guys haven't seen before. Not a whole lot of like Klingons or Romulans or like very
Right.
like obviously like hostile races. You do see as you're like kind of walking around. There was like a fencing pit that your tram just goes right past, and you see like there's 2 Romulans who are like doing like practice fencing. But yeah, so it's like it seems like everyone here is like cohabitating while they're here. This is, you know,
Okay.
as the captain put it, a neutral zone.
Jojo's gonna try to stay out of sight of any Andorians.
Okay, you're on a very fast moving tram, so that's not hard.
Okay.
So yeah, so the tram eventually makes it to the center of the light face of Thelema, and as the tram like turns, it's like Disneyland. Like it curves around this track, and you see this like wide, like opulent structure with many different like pillars of like gold metal that like soar into the air, and there's like this like constant effect of like streamers, but made out of this like firework hologram that like curves around each of the pillars, making it like just a very like beautiful sight that's almost always on the horizon as the tram docks in. And Hamasaur turns to you all and goes, "Welcome to Thelema," as the doors open.